Good morning to everyone. Today's my topic is about essential production performance KPI for a discrete manufacturing industry. These are the contents that we are going to see about: company profile, introduction to the KPI, problem definition, literature survey, objectives, methodology, followed by performance measures, and conclusion and reference. The company that I have chosen is a server industry. This industry is expertise in supplying and trading of wet grinders. They also manufactured grinder spares with best quality and best service. The industry is located in Coimbatore, and their business type is both manufacture and they are supplying products in and around the Coimbatore. The components involved in the grinder spare parts are housing, wheels, and shaft. These are the components that they are producing. Introduction. KPI is a measurable value that demonstrates how efficiently a company is achieving key business objectives. And organization use the KPI to evaluate their success at reaching targets. It is important to business objective because they keep objectives at the forefront of decision making. A good KPI provides objective evidence of a progress towards the achieving the desired result. Measure what is the intent to the measure to help to inform better decision making. This is our problem statement. The main problem that facing by the SRV industry is they could not able to meet their demand as per the weekly requirements. Even though that they are getting some guidance from experienced people, but they could not able to increase their profit margin, and also sometimes they could not able to order the raw materials at right time due to the delay payments of the customer they are chosen. So these are the problems that they are facing. And in this project that I collected for 2 months of data from Jan 2020 to Feb 2020, and these are the literatures that I have referred. First literature that I am going to explain about how soft drink supply chain drive sustainability. Key performance indicator. It is published in the year of 2018, and in this paper a framework of sustainable KPI for soft drink manufacturing company is developed. The supply chain management and operation management are both is important to considering in this case, and more specifically to improve their measuring of sustainable performance. And second, we are going to see about sustainable operation management through development of unit cost performance measurement. It is published in the year of 2020. In this paper, they discussed about how the key performance indicators are produced to monitor and process performance. In this paper, they developed the unit cost KPI and developed by the control charts tool founded in the statistical. So in this KPI, I have referred that how are they represent the key performance value in graphical manner. Then in this literature, KPI development and obsolescence management in industrial maintenance. It is published in the year of 2019. This main motive of this paper to develop two things that would aid in maintaining the department their day-to-day management, and it is also suit for any other industry. The two models are implementation model and obsolescence model. Despite these two things have created in a dairy process plant, they can be adapted into any sort of industry depending on its more specific needs. Then next is developing a KPI performance indicator trees for lean and smart production system. It is published in the year of 2018. In this paper, illustrated the hierarchical structure of KPI proposed allows supporting and measuring the performance under strategical, tactical, and operational perspective. The KPI structure provides a useful tool for manufacturing engineer and manager. It allows to identify the relationship among the different KPI consistently with operational improvement and in shop floor control. Then last literature is about leading towards high performance manufacturing. enable indicators in early R&D phase, ensuring the future KPI outcomes. It is published in the year of 2018. In this paper, I referred that key performance indicators are not only essential during the manufacture process, and it is also used in development phase of product and manufacturing system, where future performance of the operational order to deliver process is set. This principle is illustrated by the industrial example with an example of in KPI areas that quality, delivery, etc. throughout the life cycle of the manufacturing system. And these are the objectives of this project. The main objective is to evaluate their business process and helps it to reach their required demand and develop certain KPIs for SRO industry. By this KPIs that should be in the form of reducing their emission downtime, reducing their defect density of a specific item called shaft, which is made up of mild steel, and increasing the customer relationship management, and also increasing their profitability and increasing cash to cash cycle time. By achieving these objectives, so that the industry can able to view their performance properly and can do some improvements. This is the methodology that I have followed. First, selection of industry and identifying the problem with specified objective and framing the different various KPI for resolve the problems to reach their objective, and collection of data for the various KPI and calculating the KPI using the collected data, then measuring the results and giving suggestion to the industry. These are the KPIs that I framed for SRO industry. They are production downtime, rate of return, perfect order measurement, production volume, cash to cash cycle time, customer order cycle time, fill rate, defect density, followed by throughput rate and labor utilization. First, production downtime. In this, it is mostly important manufacturing metric to track the production downtime. When downtime happens, it is necessary to report. Whenever the downtime happens, we should necessary to report the reasons why it is occurred, so that they can able to resolve quickly, so we can prevent from that. This is the formula that I used to increase their production downtime and how to correlate with the real scenario. The production downtime equal to production idle time by total available time to run or produce the product. The total available time is number of shift per week into number of working time in hours. So in production idle time, they are considering the number of shifts per week and what are the break time in the industry and regular maintenance and unexpected breakdowns. So they are calculated, and I have used Excel to solve. This is the data that I collected for production idle time and total production time. By calculating, we can solve and we can get the production downtime. See, in the week of 4 is 19.64 and week of 8 is 21.43. These are the areas where the production downtime is so high. So please check whether the machines are proper or this is the graph that they generated, and next is the run rate. The rate of return is equal to the total item returned by the total item shipped. The total item returned in case of any damages or imperfect dimension, so that comes under the total item return. In the total item shipped, how many quantity they are produced and they have shipped to the customer. Their rate of return evaluates the percentage of products that are sent back to you, and returns an expense that could be avoided, as they are products that needed to proceed all over again. Try to keep it low, as low as possible, and access the reasons for these returns for your different products. And these are the collected data are total items shipped, how many items they have produced, and how many items are returned back to the industry. In the month of in the week of 3 and in week of 8, the rate of return is so high. So next is about perfect order measurement. Perfect order measurement is equal to total orders minus error orders by total number of orders into 100. In total orders comes under how many orders that they given, and error orders how many products got errored due to any physical damage or imperfection. And in this KPI for a grinder shaft, because the number of orders is very high for this product, in this KPI I have calculated in weekly orders due to in a serve industry the demand pattern is follows weekly order. So we are able to find accurate where the order perfection is low. Based on we can give some proper suggestion. And these are the data collected, number of errors per order and total number of orders. In the week 3, the error is so high, so we can monitor the person who is produced at or worked at the time. So we can give some training or a suggestion to change his way of working. So we can improve the total number of orders, perfect number of orders that they produced. Next, production volume. This KPI tracks the total number of products manufactured over a set of time. In this case, they are weeks and focused on total output. Good production volume is one that satisfies the demand but does not leave too much inventory in stocks. Actual production volume of the grinder shaft in this SRO industry per week is 490 items, but in this case, they are getting 500 and 500 plus demand, so they can't able to meet their demand. But their maximum demand itself 490, so they could not able to do. So they should need to know about this, so we can give them suggestion. Then followed by cash to cash cycle time. In this cash to cash cycle time is same as a cash to cash conversion system. When they are getting the raw materials and when they are returned back getting from the customer as a given as a finished product. Material payment date minus customer order payment data. Material payment date is the when the raw material is purchased, and customer order payment date is a date at which the customer do their payment to the industry. And typically average for all orders for a week or month or quarter, etc. In our case, the maximum number of days between the payments is getting paid off for the products is 1 week only. And these are the data collected. In the week of 5 and week of 6, it is getting more higher days to get our payments. So check the customers that they are producing at the right time, so we can eliminate the finance inadequacy. Minus purchase order creation date. In this KPI also we have selected for a grinder shaft because the number of orders is very high and it so implicates on the customer satisfaction. This KPI measures how long it takes to deliver the customer order after the purchase order is received. In our case, the maximum promising is 1 week. These are the data that I collected, and in the week of 5 is so high. So check the appropriate person to do the work as possible as soon. And fill rate. Fill rate is the number of percentage of items that they shipped at the first shipment. In this KPI they provided for a same grinder shaft. And fill rate is important to customer satisfaction and has implication on transportation efficiency. The percentage of customers order that filled on the first shipment. These are the collected data. In this data, the week of 3 and week 6 is low fill rate. By increasing them, so we can able to increase our customer satisfaction and we can able to reach our demand. Then defect density. Defect density equal to the number of defective products divided by total number of products produced. In this KPI is mainly for same grinder shaft, because in the number of returned products, the shaft has higher rate of return due to the improper dimension. This is a key quality indicator that is easy to measure. It is helpful to identify area where the problem occurs and will let you take the measures to what must be rectified, so we can able to reduce the defect density. Next, these are the data that we have collected for defect density. How many number of defect products and how many number of product produced. In the week of week 3 and week 8, the defect is so high, so by reducing it, so we can able to increase our quality of our products, so we can able to reach our demand, so we can also increase our profit margin. Followed by throughput rate. This KPI measures how much product a machine produces within a given period of time. This KPI gives you the entire industry throughput per hour. Throughput rate equal to OQ by ABT. OQ is output quality and output quality is the total number of item produced, including the grinder shaft and housing and wheel. Overall company throughput I have calculated. ABT is the actual busy time. It is actual busy time is actual process time plus actual delay time. These are the data here collected. Output quality of the total industry for 8 weeks and actual busy time for 8 weeks. Per week they are working for 7 days, so 7 into they are producing only working for one shift about 8 hours, so it is 56. And the throughput rate is 20 per hour, so they want to improve up to 20 to 25, so they can able to reach their demand properly. So next, labor utilization. Labor utilization is total number of labors content by labor content plus total idle time. The total labor content is the number of hours the labor is engaged with work, and total idle time is the number of hours the labor is not engaged with work. This matrix that calculates how much of the time labor is working is spent versus how much time is spent idle. This KPI is for grinder shaft because it has more problems like rate of return is very high, customer order cycle time is very high, unfilled rate is low when compared to other components. And these are the data collected for labor utilization, number of hours labor worked and number of hours labor is idle for a week. In this case, the labor utilization is low at week 3 and week 7. So check the appropriate labor and give some training or any lecture or Gemba lecture, so we can able to increase our efficiency of the process. Then conclusion. Main conclusion is giving suggestion to the industry. The suggestion or the industry has a production downtime as 16% as per the industry's time concern. The downtime should be reduced by reducing it. By reducing it, we can able to satisfy the demand, and downtime can be reduced by means of changing their schedule of the maintenance time, or it can be done in main break time as per the industry situation. As per the run rate concern, week 1 and week 3 has higher return percentage, so check the quality of the raw material who supplied at the period of time. As per the perfect order measurement shows in week of 3 the number of error products is very high, so monitor the labor who worked and give some training properly. In production volume, you can infer the maximum amount that you can produce at the period of time. So based on that, can get the order quantity. Then do regular monitoring in cash to cash cycle time. So we can decrease the time period of it. By doing this, you can order the raw material at right time without any financial pressure, and also we can decrease our over customer order cycle time, so we can increase our customer satisfaction. As per the fill rate concern, at every gap of 3 weeks we are getting reduced in fill rate. Check the labor who worked at the period of time. By increasing the fill rate, we can spend less in transportation or vehicle expenses also. And the maximum throughput rate is 20 products per hour, is very low as compared to with our regular demand concern. It should be increased about 5 products per hour, so we can able to reach our weekly demand. So by producing 25 products, we can able to reach our demand. In labor utilization, the utilization at the week of 3 and week of 6 is very low due to the labor idleness. Monitor properly and schedule these works as per the time constraint. Don't leave the labor idle at the production time. And these are the references that I referred. Then thank you.